There's one thing I've been meaning to talk about this off season. I can't say I'm not impressed, but I also can't say I'm impressed until they actually play the game. Recently, I was watching a video, listened to a video, probably not watching it, probably listened to a video, and I forgot the name of the channel, but he was talking about the Milwaukee Bucks may surprise everyone this upcoming season. And I sat there, listened to it like, we'll see. Because we all know last season was a very, very disappointing season for the Milwaukee Bucks. We all know that Dame was traded for Drew Holiday, and that didn't go too well. And then Giannis doesn't finish the season due to a calf strain, and everything just implodes after that. Just a terrible season. Coaches changing, team is older, just all kinds of BS that was going on last season. So everybody, they said he had a surprising first round exit. After Giannis went down, we kind of figured that it had been hard. And that's why I'm kind of frustrated with Dame because, yeah, there's no Giannis, but Dame, you can't come out of this series winning. But anyways, I also forgot that Dame got supposedly hurt with his Achilles, so the last season was just a total mess. But now, with this season coming in 2 months now in October, the roster looks different for the Bucks. They got some new players, of course, this season, and they will be playing in the NBA Cup with the Pacers, the Heat, the Raptors, and the Pistons. That should be interesting. So in free agency this year, they got Delon Wright, Taurean Prince, and Trent Jr. They lose Malik Beasley and Patrick Beverly. And on the roster for this year will be Giannis, of course, will be returning. Marshawn Beauchamp, Pat Connaughton, AJ Green, Andre Jackson, the rookie AJ Johnson, which I know nothing about. Of course, Dame, Brooke, Chris Middleton, who was supposedly had ankle surgery right after the season ended. So we're going to see what's going to happen with that with him. It just seems like he's just crashing out physically. Of course, Bobby Portis, Taurean Prince now, Tyler Smith, somebody else I don't know about. And, of course, Trent Jr. and Stanley Ume, I guess. And, of course, Delon Wright. Now, Delon Wright supposedly is known for his defense. I think he's the younger brother of... what the heck is his older brother's name? He played in NBA too. What the heck is his name? Delon Wright. Delon Wright used to play with the Miami Heat, right? Yeah. He used to play with the Miami Heat. I think he was drafted in Miami Heat, played with the Sixers. I think he won a ring with the Heat. I could be wrong. Yes, he did win a ring with the Heat. But anyways, Delon Wright's supposed to be a defensive style on the defensive side. Sorry, stuttering and everything like Porky Pig and crap. That's what they're bringing him for. I guess he can shoot. I watched him in college when he was at Utah in his sophomore year. I thought he was decent. Then once he got drafted, he kind of fell by the wayside. Probably wasn't ready yet. He spent most of that time in Toronto, and he did not get a ring with Toronto. He just missed it. Actually, did he get a ring with Toronto? No, he did not get a ring with Toronto. Missed it. That's crazy. How he ain't ring with Toronto though? Must have got traded right before they won. Yep, he was traded right before they won. For that's how they got Marcus Gasol. So never mind. But he had his best season and Memphis for half that season, 12 points a game. So, in 26 games. That's his career high in points. But they don't, like I said, they don't need him to score. They need him to absolutely go out there and stop these guys on the defensive side. Now, he's a little bit older than I thought. I thought he was younger, but he's 32. Birthday 3 days before mine. But if he can go out there and play defense, something the Bucks need, then it is what it is. Hopefully, he won't be a waste of a 1 year. Well, he's only signing 1 year, so it won't be that much of a waste. Because I've seen plenty of guards the Bucks picked up in the last few years, and they just gone to waste. One of them being, what the heck is his name? He went to Philadelphia. I forgot his name. That was a waste right there. Let's see here. Next up was Taurean Prince. Taurean Prince was somewhat decent with the Lakers. We know how when you play in the system, it's either green or red over there. You never know what's going to happen. Now, Taurean Prince is a slightly younger than Delon Wright. He just turned 30. The swingman height of being 6'6". Consider him power forward, small forward. I guess he's versatile like that. I don't know. No. He's not starting. I don't think he should start. I don't think he might come off the bench to give the Bucks a spark a little bit. Last year with the Lakers, he averaged 8.9 points a game. For most of his career, he averaged 10 points a game. They also need him to go out there and play defense too. And then shoot some threes. Because for his career, he's a 37% shooter from three. He had his best year shooting 41% when he was in Cleveland and Brooklyn that year. But all they need for him to do is go out there and play defense. Now, Trent Jr., I've been watching highlights of him. He's a bucket. He's an absolute bucket. I heard he can get into the passing lane and get steals. I don't know too much about his one-on-one defense. Or is he able to shut down the opposing player? That is yet to be determined. I did not know he went to Duke. I did not know he was a McDonald's All-American. Stuff I didn't know about him. He will be reunited with Dame because him and Dame played in Portland in his early years. Trent Jr.'s early years in the league. For most of his career so far, he has averaged 14 points a game. A couple of seasons ago, the 21-22 season, had his best year in scoring, 18.3. Still an efficient scorer. Well, we shall see what's going on with him. He did come up a career high in the same year with points-wise at 1.7 steals. Assists, he don't give me any assists. He's not a big passer. I think the Bucks are relying on him to actually start at the shooting guard position because he is the appropriate height for a shooting guard at 6'5". So they expected him to start and be an extra spark behind Middleton, Dame, and of course Giannis. Those are the new additions. I don't know too much about the rookies, but I think in order for the Bucks to be successful next season and not come out with a dud like they did the past two seasons, they're going to need more from Beauchamp. They're going to need more from Andre Jackson Jr., who's a very athletic forward. If you've seen his dunk against the Sacramento Kings this past season, you know what I'm talking about. I think he needs more time. He can play. He seems like he can be a versatile swingman, guard or forward, wherever you want to list him as. Like I say, he's very athletic. Scoring wise, I don't think they can rely on it. In order for the Bucks to also be successful, they got to improve their defense, and that's why they made these changes. Because the defense, man, I can't believe the defense dropped off that much when they traded Jrue Holiday. That's crazy. How much the defense dropped off. I think they finished probably in somewhere around 20 or 23 defensive rating. But in order for them to be successful, they got to get back up to what they was when they first started to climb the ranks of NBA elites teams. For probably their first year as a legit title contender, it was probably top 10 or top 5 defensively. Even losing to Toronto, losing to Miami prematurely in the bubble, when they won it all, and even the season after when we played Boston, and even when they lost to Miami the second time, they was still a top 10 defensive team. Last year, it was terrible. Probably the worst they've been defensively since Giannis' ascension to NBA glory and being among the elites. So, I don't know. I was listening to this guy on YouTube. He said the Milwaukee Bucks can be better than the Boston Celtics. I think they can. Boston Celtics played, I don't care how Celtics fans feel. You played Miami, no Jimmy Butler. You played Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell and others were hurt. Then you played the Pacers. All of a sudden, Tyrese Halliburton is hurt. Most of the East was hurt last season. So it made it look like Boston was a dominant team. Now, when everybody coming back from injury, hopefully nobody gets injured over in the Olympics over there. Because shoot, half of the East seems like they are in the Olympics. But anyways, it's going to be harder for Boston to try to get back to the finals unless people just lay duds. I want to say I expect a lot from the Bucks this season, but I don't want to put that on them because it might jinx it. So we shall see what happens. They got to get used to new pieces, figure out what can click. Doc Rivers needs to figure out who he wants to play, truly wants to play, and who can make the right plays on both sides of the ball, and who can be consistent for a whole season. So that is yet to be determined, of course, the season hasn't started. And they got their work cut off for them. You got never mind. I was about to say they got Philadelphia, but did anybody really trust Philadelphia? Think about it. You got Joel Embiid right now. He's sitting on the bench, looking slow. You got Paul George, who's been a choker all his career. Maxey, he just started his career. Those are their 3 All-Stars. Does anybody really have faith in them? Others, no. Probably within the 76ers fan base, they probably got faith. But outside looking in, I don't think many people have faith. Mainly because Joel Embiid is untrustworthy. Then you got Boston, of course. Then you got the Knicks with all their new players. Now they got I should call them the New York Villanova Wildcats, because that's basically what they become with all them Villanova players over there. But they lack height. They got a bunch of guards and forwards. I don't think that's going to work either. But we should see what happens. Then you still got Miami. I don't think they made too many big splashes. So we should see what happens with that. Atlanta's not going to be good. Chicago's not going to be good. Indiana. Bucks still got to worry about Indiana. They still got to worry about Cleveland. Washington's duds. Brooklyn's going to be a dud. Raptors are going to be dud. Pistons, Pistons might be slightly better, but duds. Orlando, we got to look out for Orlando now. Orlando's coming. They're very young and athletic over there. There's really no, well, I guess they follow behind Pancho. I was about to call him Pancho Villa, but Balanchero. I forgot how to pronounce his name, but old boy that's half Italian, half black over there. You know what I'm talking about. They led by him. They got a bunch of dogs over there, young dogs over there that's hungry. Am I forgetting something? Washington ain't gonna be nothing. Charlotte ain't gonna be nothing. I think I said every team in the East. I think I did. So I think the Bucks got to worry about the Pacers, possibly Cleveland, definitely Boston. They got to keep their eye on the 76ers and the Knicks, because those look like the teams they're going to have to compete with, and also Orlando. Miami, who knows what you get out of them. But anyways, I don't want to make this video too long. Maybe the Bucks might surprise people next season, because everybody's down on them, including me, because last season just left a very bad image in my head of how that season went down, with injuries and coaching changes and Damian Lillard lack of defense and just not showing up when he needs to. It was just a total mess last season. So maybe the downturn of last season is setting up for a perfect comeback for them to get back to the finals and win it all. But we shall see. I know people want to see Giannis versus Jokic, but I don't even know about Denver. Denver don't look as good as they looked the past 2 seasons. Now they got KCP went to Orlando. Yeah, they got Westbrook, but they lost KCP and they lost Bruce Brown. Hopefully, Jamal Murray can get out of slump come next season, because right now in the Olympics, he looks dead in the water. But anyways, we shall see.